your SSMS. Open your SSMS.
Okay.
Have you opened the SSMS before? Have you used it before?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so open it. So let's be fast, please. Let's be fast.
Yes, I've opened it. Can you see it?
I can't see your SSMS. I can only see your file folder.
Sorry.
I need someone that can be fast with this setup. We don't really have much time, please. Please, Emmanuel, share your screen. Share your screen. If you believe you can, will be fast. Yeah, and let's Emmanuel share
Okay.
his own screen. Yes, but I need someone that is fast. Okay, I will enable you to be able to present now. Um, okay, Emmanuel, please share your screen. Open your SSMS and share your screen. Emmanuel, are you there? Emmanuel, I thought you said your network is fast too. Eh? Let's be fast too. You don't have much time. Sorry, can you if you know you have a very good network, right? And you have SSMS installed in your system, and you can do this thing in short. Please, I need someone that is really ready, not people that are struggling with network. I need someone that is ready, please.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Manuel.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. So can you open your SSMS or go to your SSMS?
I'm gonna clear this.
Okay, okay. So where is the file that you down? Where is the file that you download?
It's here. That's it.
Where is it?
Okay. It's in my downloads. I'm coming.
Go to where it is. Go to where it is.
Just a minute. Let me check from my desktop. This was the name of that file. I have so many files on my system.
I don't know. Do that download file. You did not know the file you download. Just check
I did that.
just sort it by, just go to your latest file you download now. You see it there. Go to download.
Yeah, that's it. I've seen it. I've seen it. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, so copy it or you can cut it or copy it, anyone. Have you copied it?
Yes.
Please, every other person, the same thing that is going is what I'm expecting every other person to do as well when you are trying it out, or if you can do it as the way it's doing it now. That's why I don't want to do it on my own system so that you guys will not say maybe I'm too fast or anything. Okay, so go back, Emmanuel.
I should go back to my download.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Have you copied it?
Yes, yes. Right.
Okay,
Click on copy.
go to this PC. Click on this PC.
Okay.
You click on it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm there
go
already.
to so go to documents. Is it documents?
The
Go to
document.
documents and open the document. Let me see.
That's my document. Though.
Ah, okay, okay,
This is
okay,
my
okay.
document.
Okay, go back. No, this is not where I want you to come. Click on the PCA, this PCA again. Go back.
Okay. I'm
So
there.
click on this local disk. This one that is showing your storage. Click on it.
I'm
Okay,
there.
so go to program file. Click on program file. Program file.
I'm there.
Okay, so scroll down. So you will see Microsoft SQL Server. Click on it. Click on Microsoft SQL Server. Scroll up.
This one.
Yes, the one Microsoft SQL Server. Click on it.
Okay.
Then click on the last one.
This one. I've done that.
Yeah, hold on. Click on it. Click on the folder.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Click on backup. Click on backup.
Yeah, I've done that. Empty.
Oh yeah, paste what you copy. You paste it here.
I've done that.
Okay, so go to your SSMS now.
Yeah.
Okay, so right click on this database. Right click on it.
This one.
The database is clear. Right click on it. Yeah.
Okay.
So click on restore database. Change to device. Change to device. You see that it is database. Change the device. So go to your right hand side. See these three dots at the right hand side. Click on it. Click on add.
That's it. Yeah.
Then click on the maybe market backup. Yeah, okay. Click on OK. Click on OK. Oh shit! I think I made a mistake. It's fine. Hold on a second.
It's there.
Okay, you have been successful. Okay, so that's how to restore a database. Every other person just follow the same process and you're able to install it. So let me check something. Click on the drop down of this database. Let me check something. I want to check
This
something.
one.
Yeah. Go to programmability. I want to check something.
Having
Click
an
on the
error.
programmability. Scroll down. I can't repeat, sorry. You guys have to, I cannot repeat this. You have to watch the video, sorry. Click on function, the drop down that function. Sorry, on stop procedure. Click on stop procedure. The plus sign, that plus stop procedure. Let me see. Check something. Okay. Oh, I'm not supposed to have. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry. We'll do it again. Go to function. Click on the plus sign on that plus on the functions on the function side. Come down.
Where, sir?
Anyway, don't worry. You have installed the database already. It's fine. So let's start. Every other person, please, if you did not get the step, just watch the videos or the recording to see the process. Just follow what Emmanuel did with your own system, and you will get the process and you know. Okay, I think so, you know, some people have already gotten it, so that's fine. Okay, Emmanuel, thank you very much. I really appreciate your efforts. So you can stop sharing your screen now. And please mute your mic as well. Thank you.
I'm trying to. I hid my.
Okay, so good morning to everyone. My name is Folana Shop. Yeah, Ajala, as you know already. So, sorry, I'm coming on. Please confirm you can see my screen. Can you confirm you can see my screen? Okay, I think I need to unmute some people so that.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, Busala, let's meet some people, like 5 people, so that if you can help us with. So, if you want to, okay, let's just meet like 5 people. You can raise your hand and so that will give you mic. So if you cannot see my screen or if you cannot see my screen or you have any issues, you can call my attention to it. All right, thank you guys. I think we already have, how many people do we have? Just 2 people. So have you unmuted them?
Yes. Maybe they should just keep their hands raised because I almost like two. I wanted to, but it's only Dada that is still left there. The other lady should come back. I think the person is a lady also.
Okay. Okay, so once we have like 2 or 3 people, it's fine. So please, if you cannot see my screen or some area is not clear, you can call my attention to that. Okay, let me unmute Miriam as well. Allow mic. Okay, so please, if you're not speaking, drop down your hand and off your mic. So if you want to speak, you can speak. You can call my attention if you cannot see the screen, or you can make use of the chat box, chat box as well. All right, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your presence here. Okay, so good morning once again. My name is Paulo Show Ajala, and I will be taking you guys on the last part of our SQL section. So I'm going to continue from where Mr. Shino stopped last week. And I believe you guys understand the whole concept of SQL by now. You understand the order of execution, how SQL is being executed. You guys understand join, how you can join multiple tables together in SQL. So if I may ask, what is the last topic that you guys did in SQL? Anyone? Of those that you have access to the mic, what was the last topic that you guys did in SQL? What was the last topic that Mr. Shino taught you guys? You can make use of the chat box if you cannot speak. What's the last topic? I wish you get the data set in practice more. Which data set are you talking about? The one that I gave you guys, is it not a data set? Man, I just gave you a data set to work on now. Which data set are you talking about today? I wish we could get the data sets functionally. Okay. SQL functions and expression and join. Okay, so you guys stop on join. Okay. You guys should have requested for the data from him. They will have sent it. I'm not sure anybody has. I did not see that nobody has for data sets on your group chat over the week, and I will have told him to send the data set to you guys, but I did not see any request from you guys. The promise got it. No, you guys should have sent him like that then. He's a busy man. So but fine. Let's continue. Okay, so you guys talk about join. I believe that's where you stop. Okay, so today we will start with so today we have 3 things we are going to be looking at. So we'll be looking at subqueries, we'll be looking at CTE, and we also look at window function. So our objective for today's class is what is we're looking at subqueries. I don't know whether Mr. Shino mentioned subqueries in the last class. So we look at subqueries. We also look at subqueries. We look at window functions. Then we also look at CT, which is what common table expression. So let's start. Please confirm you can see my screen. Please confirm you can see my screen. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Please confirm you
Yes.
can
Yes,
see my screen.
yes, we can. Yes, we can.
All right. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start with this subqueries. So what is subqueries, right? So we'll start with subqueries. Like I said, our objective for this class is what? Subqueries, city, and what window function. City is also known as what common table expression, and window function is what we use for, when you want to do something like cumulative analysis, or you want to do something like ranking, you want to do all those kind of analysis. So that's when we use the window function. But let's start with the subquery. So what is subqueries? So subqueries are powerful tools in SQL. They allow you to embed queries within other queries. This presentation covers various uses of subqueries. So we have different subqueries. So subqueries are what? They are queries within another query. What did I say? Subqueries are what? They are query within another query. Just imagine that you have a query and another query is inside it again. So that is what subquery is all about. So we have what they call the inner query and the outer query. The outer query is like the the initial output, while the inner query is going to be like a kind of subordinate to the outer query. Now, to simplify it for us, because I know quite a number of us might be confused and might not understand some certain things. So I will just break it down for us to understand when and how subqueries work. So for this class, I will just simplify it in such a way that there are major 4 ways, or maybe in this class, I will just teach you about 3 or 4 ways you can use subqueries. The first one is that you can use subquery in the from statement. I believe that Mr. Shina have taught you guys on how SQL is being executed when he taught you about, from, join, how SQL is being executed, and you have been told that SQL is not first executed from the select statement, right? I believe he has taught you guys down. Now, we have 4, or maybe there are some other method that you can use within the subquery. But for today's class, I will just teach you about 4 methods, or where subqueries comes in. Now, subquery can come in what? In the from statement. From statement. It can come in the what? Select statement. Subquery can also comes in what? In the where statement. It can also come in the what? In the having statement. Those are the major 4 statements where we can use subqueries, or that we are going to be focusing on today. As time goes on, you guys can read more about where you can use subqueries. And what is subquery? I already said it that it is what? It is an inner query, right? It is what? It is an inner query that is helping the outer query to achieve its goals. So now let's quickly look at some of these examples. So we'll dive into some of these examples to see how we can make use of subquery. Now, I said that what? Subquery from the what? From the from clause, from statement. Can you see? Subquery in what? In from clause. Meaning that this subquery is going to be embedded in where? Around the from statement. What I say? The subquery is going to be embedded where? Around the from statement, right? When I say from statement, what does it mean? What does it mean? When you say from something, what does it mean? What does it mean? Anyone? When you say from, what does it mean? What does it mean? Anybody? Anyone?
From maybe like from a particular table or a
God bless
particular.
you. God bless you. That's exactly what I want. Fine. So it means that from means that from a particular table, right? Now, in a subquery instance, it means that we are going to be creating a kind of temporary table. Hello? We're going to be what? Creating what? A kind of temporary table to script our data from, because that is exactly what subquery is doing. When you say from, we have our physical table, but when you are using a subquery, it means that you are going to be creating a kind of another temporary table within that subquery. But that query, that table that we are creating does not exist. It's not going even to save in our database object. It's just a kind of a temporary something. So let's see how how the subqueries actually work. So let's take this as an example. I will take this one then. Let's take this as an example. So I will write this script, this one, then I will change it to my own database, my own data example. So let's click on new query. I'm going to use Maven Markets. Use Maven Markets. If you are just joining, I have shown you guys on how to install the Maven Market database. So I told you guys to join on time. That's don't really have much time today. So if you are just joining and you do not have this database, so watch the recording on Monday to be able to restore the database. So okay, so now let me paste this this same script here. So we're not going to be using this these scripts. I just paste. So we have a table that we'll be using here. So I'm going to say select all from dev.transaction. So this is the table that we are going to be using. So you can see this table. So you can see this table. So this table has about 269 records, right? Now we want to write what? We want to write a subquery that's how will I say it now? A subquery that falls under the from statement. What did I say? A subquery that falls what? Under the what? The from statement. Now, how does it work is that we are going to say select what? Average quantity sold. You can see this quantity. This quantity. You say average quantity. Average what? Quantity. Average quantity, comma, right? Sorry, there's no comma here. Average quantity. Then I'm going to say from where? From where? Now, if you look at these scripts, let me run this thing here. Let me copy this one and let me run it here. If I say select all from dev.transaction and I say where let's say where product ID equals to, let's say 10. Where product ID equals to 10. So let's run this one, execute. So can you see where product ID equals to 10? You can see how many records do we have? 151 record. You can see that is the total number of records that it's give us. Now, I want to find what? The average quantity, right? I want to find the average quantity of a particular product. What is going to be the average quantity of a particular product? So I'm not going to say select average from select so select average quantity from what? Now, from this from statement, I'm not going to write another subquery, which is called what? Inner query. Hello, I want to write another query here. Now, what is going to be the query? I'm going to say select what? Select quantity, right? I'm going to say select quantity from dev.what? Dev.transaction, right? Here, dev.transaction, here what? Here product ID. Product ID equals to what? Equals to 10, right? Where product ID equals to 10, then I'm not going to say that as what? As product, let's say product 10. Product 10. As product 10, right? So let's let me do it like this. As product 10. Now, I want you guys to understand something here, or where I want you to understand this illustration very well. When I say select average quantity, now this inner query is coming from the from statement because that is where we are putting the inner query. You can see it falls under the from statement. Now, everything here, who can tell me? Everything here represents what? Everything from this place represents what? Who can tell us? What does this this inner subquery? So this subquery, what is going to be the output? What does it mean? Can you explain this inner query? Can someone explain it? What's the output of this inner query? What's the output?
It will present
the
all the
output.
it is where product ID is 10. The
It's
result
10.
is low. Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you. When if you run this script, this inner query himself can run on his own, right? You can script inner query alone. Do you understand? Now, if you look at it, when the inner query, when the product ID is equal to 10, it records 154 record for us. Now, let's say that I want to change it to, like, let's say when the product ID is equal to 200, and I say this is product 200. Let's see what's going to happen here. Now, if I decide to do this one, I run this one in code, you will see that it's going to change. Can you see? This is 150 record. You know, when I used 10, it was 154 record. Now it is 150 record, meaning that it is not the same thing, right? Now, the inner query is giving us a result of what? All these results. Now, the outer query, who can tell us what is the function of this outer query? What is the outer query expecting us to do? What is the outer query telling us to do?
Get the average quantity
Of what?
of what was generated from the inner query.
God bless you. Now, when you execute this, you are going to get just one answer, which is what? 3. Meaning that for this product ID 200, right? For this product ID 200, these are the results, right? If you look at the average of everything here, it's going to be what? It's going to be 3. That is what exactly this query is doing here. If you run everything together, it's going to give you 3, meaning that you are specific about what? The product ID. If you change this product ID, maybe like, let's say we change it to product ID 1 now, and we run this script, let's see what's going to be our, can you see? The answer has changed to what? To 2. Because for product ID 1, if you run this one, let's try and run the inner query. You will see that what we have as our quantities were 4332. These are the, now if you look at the average, you know, the average is now what? Is now 2. I hope you understand the subquery from the from statement. Now, everything here, what? Everything here is now what? A temporary table called what? Product 200. We have created what? A temporary table called what? Product 200. Oh, sorry, it should be product 1 now. So it should be product 1. We have created a temporary table called what? Product 1. This product 1 does not exist in our table objects. It's just within this query. So that is subquery from the from statement. I hope you all understand. Now let's move on to the next one, which is what? So we also have subquery. So we also have subquery from the where statement. Hello. We also have what? Subquery from what? From the where statement. So let's look at one example. Because of time, we need to be fast now. So let's look at it. So this is from the from statement. From statement. So let's do second one. So this one is from the so you can delete this one. So let's do the second one, which is from the where statement. So from the where statement. Now let's look at this example. So we are going to write it in our own, using our own data, because this data is not actually correct. Now, when you say statement, a where statement, I'm sorry, a subquery is from the where statement. What does it mean? It means that inner query, you are going to put it where? In the what? In the where statement. And what is where statement? Where statement is what? Is a filter. when you want to filter, your query, you want to limit it or you want to filter by something. That is what a filter means. I believe you have been told that one in your previous class. So now let's say select all from dev.transaction. We still use the same table. So we still use the same table. So we have all our record here. Now we want to write a statement that says select what? So let's say select, okay, so let's use, don't let us use this table. Let's use the product table. Let's use the product table. So let's use the product table. So let's use the product table. So let's use this product table. Now we want to find the, what we want to find out is that we want to find the product weight, right? We want to find the product weight. So we're going to say select product ID, comma, so let's say product name, comma. Then we'll now say from what? From dev.product, can you see? From dev.product, Now I'm not going to say where what? So what we want to find is that we want to say where product weight, this product weight, we want to say where product weight is what? Is greater than, where product weight is greater than what? Now, you will see now that for us to write this inner query or subquery, we are writing it where? In the where statement. We are not, the first one is what? Is on the from statement. Now we are now writing this inner query where? In the where statement. We now say, okay, now open bracket, select what? Select average product weight. Average product weight from dev dot what? Dot products. Then we close this one. Right. Now, if you try to run this inner query, let's try to run it. If you run this inner query, you are going to get 13.80, meaning that the average of this product ID across all the table is what? 13.80. Now, what we want to do now is that we now want to filter. We want to say, okay, select product ID, product name from dev.product, where product weight is greater than this one. So who can tell us? Can someone interpret this query for us? Can anybody interpret this query? Can you interpret this query? What is going to be the expected result? Anyone? Let's be fast. Can someone interpret what is going to be the output of this query? Now, this is the initial table. I just run the initial table. This is the initial table. So what is going to be the output of this if I try to run it now? Anyone?
We're going to have, okay, right.
We have what?
It's going to give us the average that is greater than, it's going to give us the product ID, the product name, and from the dev products, which is greater than, where product weight is greater than the average product.
God bless you. So the expected result or output here is that if you know that, let me just tell us, you're just saying that what you are just saying here, all the English here, you're just saying that what, where it is what, greater than 13.80. That is what, if you run this thing here and you put this one here, you are going to get the same answer. Yes or no? Yes or no, anyone? Yes or no? Do we agree?
Yes.
You agree? Because
Yes.
the output of this one is just 13.80. And that is what you are using here to filter this one. You're just saying that select product ID, product name from dev, where products weight greater than 13.80. That is just the interpretation of all this English here that is here. So don't be confused with, oh, why are we doing this one like this? You understand? It's just normal English. The output of this one is 13.80, and that is going to give us the same result, right? So let's try it and see. Let's try to run it and see. So now if I try to run this, So if I try to run this, execute, okay, if there's something that I miss out, so I want to, let me include the product weight here. Product weight, okay. So let's run this now. Now, can you see? So let's sort it in ascending order. So order by product weights in ascending order. So let's sort it. So now can you see 13.89, meaning that you cannot see anything less than 13.80, right? 89. Everything here will be what? If you sort it in descending order now, you will see that everything will be what? Can you see 21? And if you do it in ascending order, you will see that it is what? The least one you will see here is what? Is 13.89. And that is what this result is. Now, if I do 13.89, if I put 13.89 here and I comment this one out, I have commented this one out, meaning that this one is not going to run. I've commented it out. Now, if I do the same thing, I will get the same result. Can you see? If I do it in descending order as well, descending order, you will see that I'm getting the same result. So you can see. So this is what they call inner query from the where statement. Inner query from the what? From the where statement. Now, if you change this one, let's say we change, okay, let's change it to less than. What does it mean? It means that what you are going to be seeing is what? It's going to be less than 13.80, 13.89. You can see everything here is now what? Less than 13.89. You can see 13.89. Now, if I remove this one and put my normal query here and I do it like this, you will see that I started having, and if I do it in ascending order, you see that in ascending order, that's when you start seeing, can you see 6? You can see a very lower number here now. So you can see. So that is how, inner query from the where statement works. Is there any question? Is there any question? Okay, so you guys can see now that, from 400 people on your platform, just 37 people are on the call. You can see that your class is not encouraging at all, right? From 400, just 37 people is on the call today. It's not really, really encouraging, seriously. And I think we really need to take action from the Power BI class. After today's class, those people that are not serious, it's either we are going to filter them out. So tell your friends from next class, which is Power BI class, if you are not serious, you are going to be out of this course. And I will ensure that everybody that is not participating is being removed. Okay, so let's just encourage, people that are not joining the class, that are not joining the class to keep it up. Okay, so let's continue. I think someone was dropping a message on the group chat, Discord channel yesterday that it does not understand what has been happening since the beginning of the session. Someone should remind, should help our house. Like, I'm confused for almost 6 weeks now, or almost 5 weeks that we have started the session. Till today, you don't understand anything. I'm really, really surprised. You don't have to waste people's time. It's not a compulsory thing that we join session when, you join cohort when you know you will not be fully participating in it. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So that is inner query from the where statement. So I will just do one more, which is the select, before we move on to another topic. Then I will give you an exercise and a homework to go and do yourself on some of the other inner query or sub query that we have, because I have a lot of them that I documented there, but because of time, I won't be able to cover everything. But I will try as much as possible. Maybe I will give you guys this document, this file, so that you can use to practice. So at the end of the session, I will give you guys. So I will only do one more exercise, one more example from this section. And call it again for sub. If there's any question, please you can drop your question. Okay, I think there's no question for now, which is fine. Let's move on. All right. So we also have what we have the inner query, we have subquery from what? From the select statement as well. So we say from select statement. So we also have inner query from the select statement, meaning that inner query can also fall under what? The select statement. Inner query can also what? Fall under what? The select statement. It can also fall under the select statement. Okay, so let's look at an example. So we will use the same table, which is our product table. So we use the same table. So let's say select. So if you select everything from your, select all from dev.product, if you select everything from the product table, you will see that we have all these columns, and there's nothing like average quantity here. I'm sorry, or average product weight here. There's nothing like average product weight column here. Now let's assume that we want to find the average column weight across all these this product. How do we get that? So now let's see how we can achieve that. So I'm going to say select what? So let's say select product ID, select product ID, comma, product brand, comma. So let's say product weight. So product weight. So product weight. Now we want to write a subquery within the select statement, right? We want to write what? Another subquery. We want to write a subquery within the select statement. You can see that we are still putting in all the columns that we need, right? We are still putting in all the columns that we need. So I'm going to say, open bracket, select what? Select average product weights from dev.product as average products, average product weight, right? So I'm now going to say average product weight from dev.product. So who can tell us what is going to be the output of this query? Don't forget that you can, like I said, your inner query can be run on its own. You can run your inner query on its own. Can you see? 13.80. So what is going to be the output of this entire query? Who can tell us what's going to be the output of this entire query? What is going to be the output of this entire query? Okay.
I'm thinking it's going to
you have the floor. Okay, go on, please, Emmanuel.
I'm thinking it's going to show the products, the product that has the average. It's going to show. I'm not seeing your display again. So I can read
Okay.
it very well. Okay, so I'm thinking it's going to show product ID, product brand, product weight that has the average query, 13 points. This thing as average product weight.
It's going to what? It's going to what?
It's going to display from dev products.
Okay.
Product ID, product brand, product weight, and the average query as the product weight, as the average product weight.
So what will be the output of the average product weight?
13.80.
So what you are saying now is that across all the product ID, you are going to have 13.80. Is that what you are saying?
No, it's going to select. It's going to be displaying the product ID, the product brand, the product weight, with 13, the ones that have 13.80. I think that's what I'm sure.
So what I'm saying is that my question is that we have about 1,560 products.
Yes,
So
yes.
if you run this one now, so that you understand what I'm saying. So you can see product ID, we have 1,561 record. Now what I'm saying is that for product ID 1, what will be the average product weight for product? If you run the script now, what will be the product ID for product ID 1, for 2? What will be the product average weight? It's fine. It's fine. I just want to be sure that you understand what you're saying. So you are correct. So if you run this now, you are going to get 13.80 across all the what? Across all the products, because that is the average weight for all the products. That is what? That is the average weight for all the. And if you see in our initial table, there is nothing like average product weight there before. You understand? There's nothing like average product weight there before. So you can see that subqueries can help you to create what? A kind of temporary table. You understand? Because this is like a table on its own that it created for you, but it's just within this query alone. You understand? It's just within this query alone. So that is subqueries within what? Within the from statement, the where statement, the select statement. We also have it within what? Within the having statement, a lot of queries. But just to simplify this class for us, we will just focus on this three, these three examples. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes, it's like creating a document. Okay, is that clear, everyone? Is that clear for everyone?
Yes.
I'm only getting response from one person. Okay, Iyano, you can, your mic is, you're allowed to speak. You can speak if you want to speak. Okay, I will take your silence as maybe it's a mistake. Anyway. Okay, so let's move on. So now that is subquery, right? Now we are going to start looking at what the next one is, what? CTE, right? We start looking at what? CTE. CTE is also like subquery. Hello, what did I say? CTE is also what? It's also like subquery. But if you ask me, I prefer CTE than subquery. And the reason why I like CTE is because it is more clearer when you are writing CTE than when you are writing subquery. You can easily understand CTE than when you are using subqueries to run your query. CTE is more clearer, and when it comes to analytical, you can easily is easy readable compared to subquery. So CTE can be kind of tricky when you are writing it. So let's see how we can write CTE. So CTE is what? CTE is also known as common table expression, right? Is a temporary resource set that simplify complex queries, that allow you to break down a complex query into smaller or manageable parts, right? So CTE is also like I said, is like a subquery, because we're even going to write different queries in CTE. But one thing about CTE is that it is more readable. It is easy to read, and it is easy for understanding. So that is the reason why I will always choose CTE over subquery. But it depends on what you are trying to achieve. Either one is good. You can use subqueries if you want. If you want to use CTE as well, you can also use CTE. So what is CTE? The full meaning of CTE is what? Common table expression. And what it means is that you are creating a temporary table within your query. It means what? You are creating what? A temporary table within your query. So let's quickly look at one or two examples on subqueries. Let's look at one or two examples on subqueries. Oh, sorry, on CTE rather. Common table expression. Okay, so I have these two examples here. Where is it? I think. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's quickly look at this example. So let's look at the first example, which is what? Single CTE. So we have a single CTE where you can just have one single CTE within your query, right? And you also look at one more example, which is what double city, where you can write more than one or two city within your query. So let's pay attention. Sorry, please give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. Okay, so now common table expression, like I said, we have, you can write a single city and you can write a multiple city in just one query. You can even write more than one city in a query. And like I said, city help you to simplify your query better than subquery. So now let's see how we can write city. So now we are taught to create a query using a single city. See, nobody is going to tell you to use a single city when you are working. Right? Nobody's going to tell you, you create a city using a single. Nobody's going to tell you that. This is just for an example's sake, right? So create a query using a single city to calculate the total quantity sold for each product. Then using the result of the city, display the product name, product brand, and total quantity sold for each product in descending order of the total quantity. Don't know whether we understand that grammar. But what they are just telling us to do here is to calculate the total quantity sold for each product. To do what? To calculate the total quantity sold for each product. Now, let's do this. Let's say select all from dev.transaction. If you execute this, we are going to see quantity sold for each For each product. Now, if I want to get what is the total quantity sold for a particular product, how do you get it? Can someone help us? Now, this is the total quantity sold for each of the products. So if I want to get the total quantity sold for a single product, how will I get it? Anybody? Anyone? Flourish. In Flourish, you have the floor. Anybody? So you have total quantity sold for each of these items, because you can see that it is your transaction table that contains the quantity, right? So now, if you now want to get the total quantity for each of the products, right? Because if I do where product ID, so let's say where product ID equals to 1, right? You will say that where product ID is equal to, it's going to give us the breakdown of all this quantity. But what I want is just a single quantity that is going to tell me the sum of everything. So if I want to do that, how would I get it? Anybody? Flourish. I think you want to. By using the word statement is not going to give you the answer. And no, it's just going to tell you, the word statement is going to tell you for each of the product. But what I want is just a single answer that is going to give me for everything that, okay, for product ID 1, we have maybe 200 quantities sold. For ID 2, we have 300 quantities sold. That is exactly what I want. So how will I be able to achieve this? Anybody? Anyone? Using the sum and group by statement. Good. Yes. If you use the sum and group by statement, you will achieve that. Yeah. So you understand that. So fine. Now, the request now is that we should, in our final statement, we should include what? Product name, product brand, and total quantity sold. Meaning that in this our dev.transaction, we don't have product name there, and we don't have product brand there. So how do we now combine multiple record from different tables? How do we combine them together? That is where the CTE comes in to help us simplify this type of queries. What I say? We could have used join to do it as well, but CTE is going to help us to do a perfect work, right? So let's see how we can make use of the CTE to achieve that. So I'm going to say, so whenever you are writing a CTE, right? I'm very sure that a lot of us think that it is only select statements that we can always start a query with. But I'm going to shock you today that no, it is not all time you start a query with what? With a select statement. There is another way you can also start a query, which is what? With the with statement. So whenever you want to write a CTE, you're going to say with. Let's say we call it CTE1. So let's call this one CTE1. It does not mean whether you call it CTE1 or anything. It does not mean. You can even call it total quantity, anything. It does not matter what name you give it. Let's say CTE1. CTE1 as what? As. Then open a bracket and close a bracket. Open your brackets, open your parentheses. So now I'm not going to say select what? Select what we want to do is to first calculate what? We want to calculate the total quantity, right? So I'm going to say select product ID, comma, I'm going to say some what? Some quantity, right? Some quantity, and call it what? As total quantity. As total quantity, right? I'm going to say from where? Dev.transaction. From dev.transaction, then I will say group by what? Group by what? Group by product ID. Group by product ID. Right? Group by product ID. Then let's close this one. Now, if I run this, can you see product ID and total quantity? If I run this one, it's going to give us product ID and total quantity, meaning that we have already achieved total quantity. And before, we don't have total quantity. You know, total quantity does not exist in our table before. It does not exist anywhere before. We just created it. Now, who can tell me this total quantity now is now in a table? Which table does this total quantity belongs to now? Which table does it belong to? Which table does this total quantity belong to? Anybody? Anyone? Which table does the total quantity belongs to now?
Is it dev transaction?
What? What is it?
Dev.transaction.
No, that's not correct. Who can tell us where this total quantity belongs to now? No, it's not correct. Anyone? CTE1, yes, God bless you, Roots. CTE1, yeah, and Andrew too. CTE1, because it's a temporary table. Inside this CTE1, what we have there is what? Product ID and total quantity. It has not become a table in this query now. That's why we call it what? CTE, common table expression, right? It's a temporary table that we are creating, just like when we are doing subquery as well. So everything here, everything you are seeing here is now what? CTE1. Is now what? CTE1. Now, the initial output is what? They said display what? The product name, product brand, and total quantity. Don't forget that we don't have product name and product brand in our dev transaction before, right? I hope you all know we don't have it before. Now, what we're not going to do is what? We're not going to say select product what? Product name, comma, product brand, comma, and we now say total quantity. Total what? Total. So this total quantity, we now say total quantity. So we now say total quantity. And we come down. We now say from. So from where? From dev.product, because this product name and product brand, they are coming from where? The product table, right? P. Then we say join what? Who can tell us? What are we joining it with? Who can tell us which table are we joining it with now?
CTE1.
CTE1. God bless you. You are now getting it. So we are joining it with what? With the CTE1, right? You can call the CTE1C if you want, right? So you are joining with the CTE1, right? Now you now say, wait, on what? What are you going to use to join them together? You can tell us. What are you going to use to join them together? On what?
Product ID.
Product ID, which is what? P dot product ID equals to C dot product ID, because we have, in the CTE1 we have product ID there, and in the product table 2 we also have product ID there, right? So that is that. Then we'll now say order by total quantity. Order by total quantity in descending order according to the script. So now let's run everything now. Execute. So can you see? Product name, product brand, and total quantity. So you can see from descending order. So that is how CT, help us to simplify. For me, it is more readable and more simpler than using subquery. Subquery can also achieve this. Even join 2 can achieve this. So see, when it comes to SQL, there is no one way of achieving a particular task. And that's why you have to learn, different ways of doing things. Nobody's going to tell you to use subquery. Nobody's going to tell you to use CT. Nobody's going to tell you to use join. But you need to understand when to use a particular, functions or query whenever it is necessary, right? So that is about subquery, a single subquery. So because of time, let's quickly look at one more example. I hope we'll be able to do window function, because we need to finish this thing in the next 30 minutes. In the next 30 minutes, right? So let's quickly look at this other example. I hope everybody is clear. I hope you guys are clear. Let me show you if there's any question. Okay, I hope you guys are clear. Right? I think you guys are clear. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Now, for the second example that we want to look at, this particular one has 2 CTE. So I don't want you there, because a lot of people will have the mindset, because we use one example here, you will not be thinking that, oh, it is only when you want to do a particular things, you just only one CTE you can use. It's not like that. You can have a scenario where you can even have 3 or 4 CTE in a query. It's possible. I've written a query that has about 3 CTE inside it. Understand? So you can have multiple CTE in a single query. It is not just one query, you just have one single CTE. No, nobody, it's not static like that. So let's look at this example. I have simplified I already simplified it for us so that you will understand what is required. But like I said, if you are doing a real work, nobody is going to tell you use CTE. Nobody is going to tell you to use subquery or join. You will be the one to be able to think, and use, your experience to be able to solve a particular problem. So now let's look at this question. They said the first CTE should calculate total revenue for each product by multiplying the quantity from the transaction table by the product retail price. Then the second CTE should what? Calculate profit. You understand? By subtracting total cost from the revenue. Then the final output should be what? Display the product name, product brand, total revenue, total cost, and profit sorted by profit in descending order. If you look at any of our table, there is nothing like, if I do select all from dev.products, so let's quickly look at this, or transaction. Let me also select. Sorry, I might be a little bit fast because of I have another engagement actually, so I don't even know how I want to fly myself, and I'm still at home, so I have to be a little bit fast. So let's quickly run this one. Execute. Now, if you look at this table, there's nothing like total cost, nothing like total revenue, and nothing like profit. Here we can see, and that is what exactly we want to use CTE to achieve. Like I said, it is not compulsory you use CTE to achieve this thing. You can use your normal query, but we are just trying to illustrate how CTE works here. You understand? It's not compulsory. So don't say, oh, But I can write this thing like this. I know, some people are very smart here, so I know. So you can write it, in a multiple ways to achieve a certain thing, but we just want to teach you how to use CTE as well. Okay, so now the first thing is to what? Create a CTE. So I'm going to say with CTE1 has, so let's open bracket and close it. Then I will say the first thing is to calculate what? Revenue, right? So I'm going to say select product ID. I hope you guys know the reason why I'm always selecting the product ID or an ID, so that whenever you want to create a join, you can easily create the join with what? With the product ID. So that is why it's always advisable for you to always select the column key. It is very, very important. So select product ID. We select what? Some what? Some product retail price multiplied by what? Multiplied by quantity. Multiplied by quantity, right? So this one will give us what? Give us revenue, comma, then sum what? So let's sum product cost multiplied by what? Multiplied by quantity as well. Quantity. This one will give us what? Total cost, right? This will give us total cost. This will give us total cost. Then we now say from where? So from f dot transaction, which is T, then join what? What are we joining it with? Anybody? What are we joining it with? What are we joining this one with? Anyone? Please, let's be fast. What are we joining it with?
Dev.product.
Good. Dev.products. Why is it dev.products?
Because that's where some of the column names are found. So we have to use product.
Good. Just wanted to, I want to know whether you understand why we are using dev.product. So join the dev.product because this quantity is coming from the product table. So that's why we are joining with this one. Now you will see that this product ID is highlighting it that there is an error here. Can anybody tell me the reason why it's been highlighted here? Does anybody know the reason why it's highlighted? Okay, it's just because of time. The reason is because there is product ID in the transaction table. There's also product ID in the product table. So you need to specify which product ID are you picking. So now you need to specify. So that's why I put, we have said this one should be P and this one should be T. You understand? We have alias it to be T and this one alias this one to be P. So now if you want this one to be coming from the product, you say P.ID or you say, T.product ID. So you see that the error is no longer showing again, right? Okay. So now the next thing we do is that what we say on what? On P.product ID equals to T.product ID. Right. So you can see. Now, if you try to run this one, if you run this, okay, one more thing to do. We say group by what? So we group by this. Okay, so let's try to, if you execute this one, you will see that this will give us revenue and total cost, you can see. So that is CTE1, right? Everything here is now what? CTE1. Now, the next thing is to write CTE2. So whenever you want to write CTE2, you put a comma. Please don't forget, you put a comma whenever you want to write CTE2. In the other one, we did not put a comma because it's just only one CTE that we have here. So now we are going to write another CTE now. So now to write the second CTE, you're not going to say with again. You will just say CTE2 as what? Open bracket and close the bracket. Now, what we want to use the CTE2 to do is to calculate what? The profit, right? So we're going to say select what? Select, what we want to calculate here is the profit, right? So we say select product ID, comma. Then we say total revenue. So we say total sorry, we say revenue minus total cost. Minus total cost. So this one will give us profits. This one will give us profits, right? This one will give us profits. Then we'll now say from where? From CT1. So select product ID, revenue minus total cost as profits from CT1. Okay. Why is it showing like it's true. Okay, let's move on. So this is supposed to be our CT2 right now. Though we cannot run it. If you run it, if you try to run it, it's going to throw an error. So it will not run successfully if you try to run it now. So, but product ID, revenue minus total cost, we have revenue here, right? So let me be sure that this revenue is correct. So let's paste this one. Then total cost is this. So this one will give us profit, right? Okay. So now we already have our two CT now. So now the last CT is now what? So the last statement is to what? To display the product name, product brand, and any other thing. So we're not going to say select what? Product name. Time asking. Product name, product brand, revenue, total cost, and profits, right? And profits. So we now say from where? From where? So we say from dev.product. So we call this one P. Join what? Join CT1. So let's say join CT1 to C1 on P dot product ID equals to C dot product ID. Join CT2, that's C2 on P dot product ID equals to C equal to C2 dot product ID. The product ID. This one's supposed to be C1. Okay. I don't know why it's showing this error, but let's see. So so let's try to execute this one and see. Let's try to execute it. It's showing some error. Okay, it's run successfully. Okay, so you can see now. So you can see. Is there no error here? Okay, so you can see now this is exactly the output, right? Product name, product brand, revenue, total cost, profit. You can see when you subtract this one and this one together, I'm supposed to give you this profit. If it's not correct, you can confirm it anyway. So this is how CT help us to simplify our tax, right? It helps us to simplify our tax. So if there's any question regarding this, you can let me know. Are we clear with this? Are we clear? Are we clear with this? Are we clear? Okay. I get Andrew. I get. So I get. Thank you. So are we clear with the? Are we clear with this? Are we clear? Like what he's saying is that the reason why this one is because of the preface that I might need to put I think so we can just do C1 here. So this one will be C, but it's not necessary anyway. I think I understand it has worked. What I want to achieve has. But the reason why this one might maybe because it has not sink into the system very well. So that's why all this one I'm being highlighted. So, but you can see that the query runs successfully and the output is actually what we are expected of us, right? So that is that on this part. Is there any question? Any question? Are we clear? Emmanuel, Iano, Faith, Flourish,
We're good to go.
Winston, are you clear?
We're good to go.
Samuel, okay, 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 it's fine. Okay, all right. Okay, so the last thing we'll be looking at, okay, we'll rush this one. Maybe I'll just do one example. If not because of your test, I'll be your quiz rather, because your quiz has been set. I will have said that we should skip this part, but I already set your quiz already, so I need to touch it as well. Okay, so the last part will be we'll talk about window function, right? So we'll talk about window function. So we'll talk about window function. And what is window function? So window functions is a function anyway, but when you are trying to do something like cumulative calculation, when you're trying to do a cumulative, you want to get a cumulative result. So that's when we use window function. So we do window function. So that is where you will see something like partition by. I don't know whether you guys have heard of partition by. Use partition by, use over by, over, then there's something like order by. So these are the attributes of window function. So these are the attributes of window function. So these are the attributes of window function: partition by, over, and order by. So these are the attributes of window function. But let's look at an example of window function. So let's quickly look at this example of window function. So there's a question that says what? How can you calculate the cumulative total quantity sold for each product ordered by transaction dates? You understand? So they say we should order by transaction date and by transaction date of product as well. So let's first order by transaction date first. So let's see how we can use window function to achieve the cumulative total of quantity sold for each product. So let's see. So I'm going to say select transaction dates. Select transaction dates, right? So comma. So we say sum of quantity. Say sum of quantity. Sum of quantity. So as total quantity. So sum of quantity as total quantity, comma. Then now this is where the window function comes in. We're not saying sum again, we are going to say sum of what? Quantity. Sum of quantity. Open bracket. Sum of quantity. Then we now say over what? Now, when you are using over means that you want to do a kind of partition. So if you did not do partition, right, it's going to run through the entire record for you, right? It's going to run through the entire record for you. But don't worry, I will do one example on partition back. So I'm going to say over what? So for this one, we just say over, then say order by transaction dates. Order by transaction dates. Then we call this one as what's running total. So we call this one running total, right? So we say this one is running total. Then we'll now say from where? Dev dot transaction. So let's try to execute this and see. Okay, so I need to put this one in what? In a group by what? So group by this. Let's execute this. So you can see. So you can see the running total. Now, what is doing? What the running total is doing is what? Is saying what? You can see transaction date, total quantity is what? 348 for this particular day. Now, the running total is what? 348. 348 plus 365 is going to give us 983. 983 plus 589 is going to give us 1000. So that is what this running total is doing. So it's doing a kind of what? Cumulative total for us. So that is the purpose of the window function. So you see, whenever you are writing a window function, the attribute is what? The over statement or clause, the partition by and the other by. Those are the attributes of the of the window function. So for this one, you can see that this one is running through the entire record. You can see over is running what through the entire record. So now let's see when we can use maybe partition by, when we can partition it by a particular a particular something. So do we understand this one? Anybody, do we understand this? We understand this one here. So you can see that the running total is what? It's just calculating for each of the date. We order it by what? By transaction dates 348 plus 365 plus 635 give us this. This one plus this one will give us this. This one plus this one will give us this. Like that, like that, like that. So that is exactly what this is doing. Do we understand? Does anybody understand? Do we understand the window function? You guys are silent, so what happened? Only Yanu that talk.
Well, good though.
Any other person? Let me hear from us. Do we understand the window function? Faith. You understand, but we need to practice. Yeah, definitely we need to practice. Yeah. Any other person? Faith. Okay. Flourish. What about you? Imole Ayo. What about you? Okay. 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 Okay, you guys are fine. It's fine. Okay. So let's do one more example on partition by. Now, so that maybe you guys will understand it better. So let me open an Excel. So I want you guys to understand how the window function actually operates or how it works. So now let's say that we have products. Let's say products name, and we have quantity, or let's say units food. Lots of time. So let's say okay, so let's just say we have product name, and so let's say product ID. Let's say product ID. So let's say
So no audio. I hear you.
yeah, I'm not saying anything at the moment actually. So let's just say now 4, then units sold is 10, and 3, let's see. Okay, so let's see this. So this this question. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I've not copied it. Okay, so what I want to do is that, so now when you say partition, right? When you say partition, so what partition mean is that, so if you say partition by product ID now, if you say you want to partition by, product ID, right? You want to, so now, if you say you want to partition by, product ID, now this is what it means. Now, this is a partition. This is one partition. This is one partition. I want something like, so this is one partition, right? This is another partition. This is another partition. This is another partition. This is another partition. And this is another what? This is another partition again. This 3-1. This is another partition, right? This is another partition. Now, when you use over, when you use over without partition, it means that you are scanning through the entire record, right? You are scanning through the entire record. But if you now say partition by what? By a particular maybe product ID or product, it now means that you are scanning through a particular information itself. You understand? You are not scanning through the entire record again. So I just wanted to understand what over and partition by they are doing. They are not doing the same thing. When you say over partition by a particular something, it means that you are scanning through each of the parameter or values that you are using. So that is what I want to make sure that you guys understand regarding the partition. So that's what I want you guys to understand with the partition. So now, so let's move on. So let's look at one example. Let me see the one I can do that has to do with partition by. Okay. So let's use this. We'll just formulate down. So now let's just let's turn this one to let's include product ID here. So let's say product ID. So let's say product ID, transaction date. So you can see this one. Now in our partition by, now we don't want to just order by transaction date alone. We are going to say partition by what? By product ID. We're going to say partition by product ID, order by transaction date as running total, right? So in our group by, so let's put this. Now let's execute this. Now you can see. Now you will see that for product ID, okay, so let's order it. So let's order it. Let's say order by product ID in ascending. Okay, good. Now you will see that the running total, right, started from the 1st of January, right? 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 3 10. That is what it's doing. Now you will not see that when, okay, let me just do it one after the other. When you get to product ID 2, right? So sorry, I have to just do it manually like this. This one, okay, good. Now at the end of the product ID 1, 241 plus 4, it give us 245. Now from product ID 2, it start all over again, right? That is what partition by is doing. That is what partition by is, because it's not scanning for each of the product ID. That's what it's doing. Now it's not starting over again from 2, from product ID 2. It start all over again. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. You can see this is exactly what it's doing. That is what partition by is actually. You can see product ID 72 ended there. 73 begins. 2 plus 2, 4. That is exactly what a window function is doing and what partition by and over function they are doing. Right? So, guys, because of time, and I actually have another engagement that I need to attend to. So there are a lot of, other options, other examples that I would have loved to show you guys, but because of time, I won't be able to do that. So, we still have, ranking, row number. I have some of these examples here, but because of time. So we have a lot of window function so I will give you as an example, as an assessment. So you guys can discuss on your group chats, on your Discord channel. So you can discuss on your Discord channel. So we have, this other window function that I would like you to go and do research on. So we have lead, we have lag, we have row number. So I want you guys to do an assessment or assignment on this. You can drop it on your group channel, on your Discord channel, to discuss what you guys have come about, or give an example of what you guys did. So we have row number, we have dense rank, and we have rank. So you guys should do your research even before you do your test, because question might come out around this this option this one that I gave you. So before you do your test, you can quickly do a research on it, right? So these are just examples that I would like you guys to do your research. Because of time, I won't be able to cover all these all these functions, all these window functions. But it is very, very important that you understand this window function. Lead and lag, they are used for lead is for for future, when you want to calculate something for future, and lag is what you are calculating something for the previous previous day, previous month. Use your lag. Row number is to sort things in based on your ranking, row number, like index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is row number. Then you also need to understand the difference between dense rank and rank. There's a difference between them. So these are your assignments for this week. So try to do this, and you can drop it on your Discord channel for discussion and for other people to also learn from you guys. So that is all from my hand. Any question? Any question? Any question? Is there any question? Any question? If there is no question, that means a lot of you did not understand anything that we did. Any question? Any question? Ian, you have the floor, you can speak. You have the floor, you can speak, Ian. Okay, so if there is no question, like I said, I will make sure that I follow up with my team. Whether you come to the class, whether we take attendance or not, one thing that I will let you know is that there is always a way to get your attendance. Slack seems always do a recording of people that attend classes, right? So we can always extract, even tomorrow class. Don't worry, what I will do is that tomorrow class, I'm the one taking tomorrow class. And tomorrow class, we will take attendance. I will create a form for us to take attendance, put your email address, and you have the mic. You are not muted now. You have the mic. So you collect your email address and your student ID tomorrow for your attendance. And it is only those people that attend tomorrow class that will have access to Power BI section. So please inform your colleagues. The numbers here is very, very not satisfying at all. 35, 40 people on the call from a class of over 400 people. It's not encouraging, right? It's not easy. I have like 3 events to do today. I just have to come here to sacrifice so that we don't postpone the class. And a lot of people will be giving excuses, no internet, no, it's not welcome at all. It's not welcome. So please, let's ensure that we attend classes and inform your colleagues tomorrow as well. If there's no question, if you have any concerns, please drop your concern on the Discord channel. I will try as much as possible to attend to it. And also your quiz results, please. Last week quiz is very, very poor. A lot of you guys did not do your quiz. One thing is that, see, I'm not going to manufacture data for you guys. It is whatever you score at the end of the day, get for you guys. You get. So we're not going to give anybody, even if you score 0, if you did not attend quiz, we'll put 0 in your score. At the end of the day, when you are seeing your result, we're not going to beg anybody to do quiz. But I'm begging you now so that you will not beg me later. Please, let's ensure that we do our quiz and encourage our colleagues as well. Okay. I will try as much as possible to send the materials to you guys. So if there's no question, have a wonderful day, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.